when you say like the gospel, right? It's kind of like trying to describe America. Like, what is America? Well, America, you're free. They got a Bill of Rights, and you can make some money. So it's like so vast. But to me, the gospel can like be summed up in a very simple statement of God being one with man. And that's like the whole gist of it, right? It's not this like the gospel is not the point isn't to get you to say this prayer so you go to heaven. The point of the gospel is you are in union like with God. It's that John 17 prayer that Jesus is like, hey, make them one as we are one. And walking that out. And like you see it in, I think it's Genesis 1 or Genesis 2, whenever God creates like man and woman. And he's like, hey, and they'll be like one flesh. And I think that's like God's deepest desire. Like at the end of the day, at the end of the book in Revelations, it says the dwelling place of God is amongst men. So I'm like, where does God dwell? He dwells amongst men. That's his abode. That's where heaven is. Where man is, that's where God like wants to be. And so it's not like this heaven and hell conversation, right? Like what would you say heaven is if God wasn't there? Be hell.
It'd be hell. Yeah,
it'd be hell.
It's a play on words, but yeah,
it'd be hell, right? So if heaven is the abode of God, like it says that like eternity is inside of him, the heavens are inside of him. And so it's like, you're not trying to get to a destination. You're trying to be like one with a person. I think that's like the gospel in a nutshell, is like unifying yourself with God and really figuring out like your flesh, recognizing what it really means that Christ in me is the hope of glory.
1 Corinthians 3:16, I'm the temple of the living God. What does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean? How do I be a temple of a living God? I'm a human body.
I mean, God dwelled in huge buildings, and now he dwells in me?
Yeah.
Crazy.